Hey, let's begin. So delightful to see all of you. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Thank you so much for being here. Today marks an important moment for all of us, not just as guiding light, but as a community that has grown together over time. We're here to mark a transition, a shift in identity, yes, but also a deepening of who we are and what we stand for. Transition is never just about changing how something looks. It's about aligning more closely with who we are. And that journey from what was to what is emerging can feel many things. It can feel exciting, uncertain, meaningful, even emotional. Because it asks us to pause, to reflect, to honor the path we've walked, and to step forward with deeper intention. We see transition all around us in nature. A bird learning to fly, a caterpillar becoming a butterfly, a seed pushing through the soil to find the sun. In each case, there is a moment of transformation when the old form must give way to something new. And that's what today is. This new identity we're about to reveal is not a break from who we were. It's a natural evolution, one that holds everything we've built so far and makes space for what we're ready to become. As we go through this next hour together, I invite you to not just witness this change, but to feel it as something you've helped shape. Because this transition doesn't belong to a logo or a name. It belongs to us, this community, this shared light. So once again, thank you for being here. Before we begin, it's my absolute joy and delight to introduce someone very special, our brand whisperer and dear friend, Ganesh Vanchishwaran.
Hi, folks.
Ganesh, Ganesh is a masterful storyteller and a brand alchemist. He helps shape iconic brands, not just with strategy, but with soul. As a person branding coach, brand story consultant for organizations, and book writing mentor, he brings clarity, depth, and resonance to every narrative he touches. In a career spanning over 25 years, Ganesh has helped shape brands across 20 plus industries and guided more than 50 individuals, including me, to discover and express their most authentic voice. We are deeply grateful to you, Ganesh, and we'll allow you to hold the heart of this journey with us today.
Thanks, Madhu. I don't know if that's a little too much that you've said, but all I'd like to say to the gang here is, other than the hi I said earlier, it's a sense of homecoming for me with these folks at Guiding Light. Uh, there is a sense of, a meeting of minds in the truest sense, and a meeting of energies. So I think what has come up for Guiding Light is also in a large part due to this. The Guiding Light team, Sri, Lakshan, Madhu, have been huge contributors themselves to the evolution so far and to what the brand has become or is becoming from now on. So I think their role, I deeply, deeply appreciate that, and I can only say that we're all, from the first day, I've only felt that we are kindred spirits. Thanks again, Madhu.
Okay, so now we'll begin with what we're here for. Lakshan? Thank you, Lakshan. Before there was light, there was intention. And when intention burns with purpose, it becomes a flame. Welcome to the new face of guiding light, a logo not just designed, but discerned.
The lantern, at its heart, an old world oil lamp, a timeless symbol of warmth, of wisdom, of guidance through the unknown. We chose the lantern to remind us that coaching is not a spotlight, it's a steady glow, one that walks with the client, not ahead of them.
The flame, centered, contained, alive, not wildfire, not flicker, but present, the kind that holds space, that transforms silence, that listens with its whole being. The flame reflects the soul of a coach, courageous, composed, constant.
The rays beneath, not just design, they are impact, they are ripples of change, the unseen reach of a transformative conversation. Because what we do echoes.
The name, guiding light, the typography, bridges duality, the word guiding in deep violet, a color of wisdom, soulfulness, and depth, and the word light in radiant gold, the color of clarity, insight, and new dawns, the balance of teacher and seeker, shadow and shine, structure and soul.
The tagline, coaching at its finest, not loud, not lofty, just quietly confident. Because our finest isn't about fanfare, it's about fidelity to our clients, to our calling.
This is more than a logo. It's a mirror to to who we are and what we're here to become.
This is Guiding Light, coaching at its finest. Welcome home.
And now it's the fun part. With great delight, I'd like to invite Sri and Lakshan, Guiding Light's co-founders, to take us on a heart-led reflection of their journey, their evolution, and the vision ahead.
All right, so it's our turn now. Okay, cool. So first of all, I want to thank all of you guys for being here, because this was something that we didn't want to just randomly share on social media and say, hey, we've done this thing. Because everything that we are is simply because one of you has reached out and said, hey, we want support in X, Y, and Z. And the support we were able to provide made you want to reach out to other people and say, hey, these guys are doing some good work. Connect with them. And more opportunities came our way. And today we are who we are, where we are. But before we talk about what we are today, our journey as Guiding Light may have started in 2020, but the actual journey started a little earlier, Nopa.
Yeah, so see, if I have to tell the whole story, or if both of us have to narrate the whole story, it's going to take about 2 hours, but we will maybe do it in like 20-25 minutes. Yeah. So 2005, when I was a senior leader in Microsoft, when I felt completely lost about where I was heading in my life, I found a counselor to get my life sorted. The counselor said, "You don't need me, you need a coach." I'm like, what's a coach? First time I'm hearing this word coach. And this person directed me to a couple of people. I went, met one of them, worked with that person for about a year. Till about 2009, I had not heard about ICF or the ICF way of coaching until Balaji Kumar, at that time he was the head of L&D for the division that I was working. And he put 30 senior leaders in one room for about 3 days. And we went through a program for about 6 months, I think. And he said, all of you have to get skilled to coach your employees. And that's the first time I got to know about ICF way of coaching. And that kind of opened things up for me. And I was so glued to that process In about 1 year, I accumulated 1,000 hours of coaching. I was so passionate about this process. I said, now I'm good. I know what coaching is, and I'm going to start my own coaching business. Left 2011, I quit Microsoft, started my own coaching practice without realizing knowing to coach and to run a business are two different skills. So after 2 years, burning both ends of the candle, I wound up my business because I ate into my savings. I didn't make money. I went and joined one of my IT classmates to do a startup for 2 years. And then I didn't enjoy what I was doing, but I was doing it because I didn't know what else to do. 2013 end, I was sitting and reflecting, asking this question, hey, you left a high paying job in a global MNC and now you're doing something that you don't want to do. Maybe you want to go back and look at coaching. So when I started my coaching practice, I just had a 50 hours of coaching education. No mentoring was done required for the ICF credential. So 2013, I decided to go to an institute. There are only about 3 or 4 institutes in the country that time to get my 10 hours of mentoring to get the ACC credentials. So I was sold a big promise saying that you are already experienced 20 years in the industry. You can get to a PCC credentials directly. Just don't waste time doing your ACC. Once you get your PCC credential, clients are going to fall on your lap and you can make a lot of money. So I was greedy, or should I say that I was desperate. I said, okay, I'll sign up. I signed up and got my, I was anyway doing some part-time gigs, consulting with startups and all of that. 2016, I got my PCC credential. By the time I got my PCC credential, it cost about $2,000. And then when I went to the same institute and said, now I'm ready, where are the clients? Give me the clients. I said, no, it's not enough. You need to become an MCC. So for PCC in 2014, I spent about 3 lakhs. And then in 2016, they wanted another 3.5 lakhs to do an MCC. I said, no, I'm not doing it. Was figuring out ways to start a coaching business. Finally, I saw a Facebook ad sometime in beginning 2017. I took the bait, spent close to about 5 lakh rupees and got cheated. I realized that in like few weeks. Filed a lawsuit. The person was outside the country, couldn't do anything about it. So I said, no more coaching, nothing. I'm going to go back to consulting. 2018, March, I got into consulting. By the time I didn't have any money, right? So to survive, I had to sell my 10-year-old Honda City and started using public transport. 2019, December, my PCC was up for renewal and I didn't want to renew. I said, I'm not going to stay in this space. A noble profession has been spoiled by a few people. I don't want to stay in this space. However, one good thing happened when I went through my PCC training. I met 3 good human beings. Actually, I met more. So 2 of them stayed in touch with me for, one was Lenny Matthew, and the other one was Mohana. Both of them are MCCs now. When I was starting my PCC journey, they had already become PCCs, and then they were looking at running their own coach training programs. On and off, they used to support me, gives my some assignments and all of that. And Lenny said, no, you need to renew your PCC credentials and stay in this because people like you need to stay. If you go, then it's going to be disaster for this industry. And she also helped me ease the process of getting my renewal. 2019, I got my renewal. And 2020, the pandemic hit. I lost my consulting assignment. And you know what happened after that?
Mm.
It's your turn.
Yeah. So 2020 was an interesting year. Of course, not simply because the pandemic happened. That is something that happened to everyone. What happened for us is that while Coach Srikanth was consulting for this company and had lost his assignment, I was doing a product management role for the same company. And my pay got cut by like 80%. I started the year with this company, 2020, fantastic. First 3 months were awesome. This company happened to be in wellness tourism, which means that they would market Ayurveda, yoga, retreats, resorts, treatments, hospitals, and ashrams, and all this stuff to a global audience. And when there is no tourism, there is no travel, there's no money. So my pay got cut by like 80%. And this was April. The two of us were sitting in the study room of our house, diligently working, doing whatever work we're supposed to do. And I said, "Pa, I don't like the fact that something as unexpected as this can just come and just mess up our livelihoods. I want us to be able to stand on our own 2 feet." Okay. Now, this is coming from a person who, for about 2 years prior to that, had successfully failed at every single venture I wanted to start. And Coach Srikanth has had a similar history, as he mentioned. So we decided at the worst time in modern history to get together and start a business of our own. So we thought, yeah, let's get into coaching, but not into coaching as we know it. We wanted to get into fitness coaching. So that was the time, once upon a time, about say up until 4 years ago, maybe, where Coach Srikanth was this marathon runner, ultra marathoner, triathlete, and all this stuff, fitness junkie, heavy into yoga and all that. He still is now, but that back then a lot more so. So he had developed a bit of a fan following in the apartment. So people started reaching out to him saying, "Hey, like I want to get my fitness and health in order because COVID is around. Take care of our health and all." So we put together some stuff, online sessions, offline, in person, whatever, and all the stuff. It's went on for about 2-3 months or so. And then these same people started reaching out and saying, "Hey, this whole work from home thing is ruining our mental health because there is no sense of boundary between work and life or work and home. You are supposed to be some coach or something. Can you do something about it?" And he's like, "No, no, 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 no. I will not get back into coaching. I have basically burnt my bridges," is what he said. And for him, it's like, I tried this twice before. It didn't work out. What makes you think it'll work out this third time? And I said, "This time you have me, so it'll work out." Not with that same arrogance as I say it, but more so from the point of view that, well, if we don't make it work, we are screwed. Okay, legitimately, we are screwed. He did not mention this one point about how, in order to make ends meet, we were swiping credit cards on a frequent basis. We mortgaged our gold and sold our land, and it was a mess. I'm smiling, laughing now. 5 years down the line, it's all fun and games, but it wasn't back then. So I said, "No, we are screwed. Like we have to find a way to keep the lights over our tables and food on the table," whatever the phrase is, right? So we did some. I somehow convinced him. So we did some research, put together a program called Know Yourself to Grow Yourself. It's the first cohort we put together, and since he said that, "Hey, if you're doing a business and we have to like register it legally and all that stuff," I said, "Cool, cool, cool." So I was sitting on the sofa one day in the hall, and he comes up to me and says, "Lakshan, we need a name for this organization." I said, "Guiding Light Coaching Services." He's like, "Okay, okay, okay." No thought, no nothing. Okay, we at that point, I don't know. Let's call it divine interventions. Okay, let's call it that. It didn't feel like it. I just said something. Stuck for about half a decade now. So we put pen to paper on this on the business officially being registered on 3rd September 2020, which was my 24th birthday. And that same weekend, we launched this cohort. The first cohort went fairly well. We made some money, and we took that money, and we realized, like, more than me, he is a big believer in the idea of when you have the money to invest, you invest in yourself. If you don't have the money to invest, swipe the card and invest in yourself. Even now, it doesn't register with me. Okay? The second part, the first part, it makes sense. So we had some money, and I said, "Hey, if you want to do something with this whole business thing, then I will need to get like a fairly high-end laptop to be able to sustain whatever we do," right? So we spent about 90K, 1 lakh or something, got this Lenovo laptop. It's still there with me right now, 5 years down the line. It's really been a workhorse. More than myself, for sure, it's done the work. I have just been floating about in comparison to the work that this has done. And we ended the year in a good wicket, so to say, right? But then 2021, second wave of the pandemic, no business, no money. Around that time, he had started doing webinars in an attempt to provide some kind of value for people. There's nothing for people to do, so he wanted to go ahead and do that. He met a particular person. I won't talk about that person right now. I'll allow him to talk about it when I hand the baton back to him. He also met a couple of other people in the ICF Bangalore chapter space. Again, I'll allow him to talk about that. So because, pardon my language, shit had hit the fan, seriously, April 2021. He said, hey, Lakshan, if you really want to understand how this coaching business works, you should at least get yourself trained as a coach, if not credentialed as one. I said, okay, cool. So he referred me to speak to Lenny, the same person who had supported him in renewing his PCC. I had a conversation with her. I loved it. Absolutely loved the idea of coaching, because I felt like, hey, I don't have to tell you what to do. I help you figure it out for yourself. And I feel like it's a modality which will resonate for younger folk in general a lot more, because while they are desperately in need of guidance, whether they know it or not, they're either unwilling to receive the guidance, or they don't have the right guidance around them. And I felt like, hey, someone who looks like them, talks like them, acts like them, thinks like them, would be able to help them, nudge them in the direction that they find clarity towards and walk their path. So I said, cool, let's do this coaching thing. I started my ICF journey ACC journey in May 2021. Around the same time, I was swiping on Instagram. I don't use Instagram now. Back then, I had nothing to do. Came across this ad of these two business consultants saying that they help coaches, consultants, and agencies make money, build a business and make consistent money. So we had a conversation with these people. I decided to sign up with them. Zero money. We had no money. We swiped the card, and I was telling Dad, I'm like, are you out of your mind? He's like, what choice do we have? I said, fair enough. It wasn't that easy, but he had to convince me a bit. We swiped the card, did whatever these guys said. Within about 4 weeks of doing this program, we were able to more than recover the investment that we made with them. Then they suggested we take a particular direction. It didn't resonate with us, so we didn't want to do that. And with the money that we got from that investment recovery amount, we decided to buy a camera, mic, and a lighting setup. We did exactly nothing with it, because of course that's how we've been. this business has been like that. Invest, keep it. When the time comes, we'll invest. I think that's changing now, but that wasn't the case back then. So another thing we learned was how to leverage LinkedIn, specifically LinkedIn outbound, to go ahead and generate leads and business and all that stuff. We started 2022 with, again, pretty bad shape, similar to 2021. Sometime in April, we came across this LinkedIn post by this fairly well-known personal branding expert named Sudarshan Ganapati. He's based in Chennai. And he put a video out saying that he's very nervous to be on video and to do video content and all, but he's, to overcome his fears, he's going to go ahead and do that and start posting regularly and all that stuff. So I thought, hey, this guy has about 20,000 followers on this platform, a lot of engagement. And even he is like scared of putting out videos and all that stuff. So let's take his inspiration and let us also start doing this whole video thing. Camera, lighting, all is lying around. Let's do something with it, basically, right? So we decided to do this 30-day challenge in April 2022, where for 30 days straight, we'll record 30 videos and post it on LinkedIn. Mind you, I had zero video editing skills. He had zero camera presence. Honest to God, he has no camera presence. We fought a lot, mostly me picking on him, saying, oh, you can't do this properly, that properly, and all this stuff. He very patiently put up with me for about 30 days. And some amazing stuff happened in the 30 days. I'll give the baton back to him and allow him to share what happened in those 30 days.
Sure. Lakshan, what we will do is, so I'll just come to that. Before that, I want to recognize a few people who has really contributed to my journey. When I put this Know Yourself to Grow Yourself cohort, I reached out to many people. 50 people showed interest. Finally, 10 people decided to sign up. And one person who blindly trusted me is one of my mentees who hired in Microsoft. Her name is Suchitra. She lives in California now, works for Google. And you will hear from her in a little while. And then 2021 beginning, I started my MCC journey. And I knew about the portfolio path in and out, but a lot of people, I had the education, I just needed 10 hours of mentoring. A lot of MCC that I reached out to, either nobody had a clue about the portfolio path or nobody wanted to take a chance. So there was somebody who said, I don't know what you're talking about, but if you want the 10 hours of mentoring, take it, I'll give it. So I signed up with that person. I was not very happy with the way that I was getting mentored. Luckily, sometime in March 2021, I happened to attend one of these ICF webinars where John Serrao is an MCC who did a session on coaching presence. And we were put in breakout rooms, and I met another MCC, Ramakan. And I was really impressed, or what should I say, humbled by the way that they decided to support me. I said, John, I'm a little lost in the way I should go about preparing. Can I get into a Zoom call with you and then talk about it? Yes, I immediately said, yes, let's get into a Zoom call. We spoke about it. And then he asked me about the prep that I've done. I said, all of this I've done. He said, hey, you're ready, man. What are you waiting for? You just get your recording and put it through and let's see what happens. And then Ramakannan was gracious enough to go through a couple of my recordings and give me some feedback. And she's played a huge role. God bless her. And then, of course, as Lakshan mentioned, when the wave 2 hit, zero money. I mean, for 6 months, we didn't have any business coming. So we were swiping credit cards. But I said, I should not leave this thing depress me. I should start adding value. So every week, I think we were doing webinars, inviting people to speak. And one of those sessions, somebody from Hong Kong registered, could not show up. And they dropped an email saying that, hey, I registered for it because of the time difference, I couldn't show up. If you have a recording, can you just share it with me? I said, yeah, sure. And then at the bottom of their signature, I saw business storytelling coach. And then there was a video link, and I watched that link and I was completely blown away. And I said, I need to get this person to come in my webinar. And so that is Soundari Mukherjee. So you will get to hear from her as well. When I started my MCC journey, I was clear on one thing. I said my recordings will go to performance evaluations only of a client. I'm not going to coach a coach. I wanted to take that as a challenge. So there was a startup founder, young person. She works in the edtech space. She started the relationship with me as a mentor, and eventually I introduced coaching. And then it took like 6 good months for me to get to some decent recording with her. What I said is every coaching conversation that I'm going to have with you, I'm going to record it so that I can take to my mentor for review. And she said, what is the benefit? I said, my quality of coaching will improve. So does that mean I will get a better quality of coaching from you? I said, yes. She said, go ahead. You don't have to ask permission. Every session, you just record. So I didn't have the pressure of recording a session thinking, hey, this is going to go to performance evaluation. Record it, review it. If it's worth it, I'll send it. So 2 recordings, submit. I'll tell the story a little later. So LinkedIn, I'll come back to it. So Lakshan had met this person, Sudarshan Ganapati. We took a challenge, 30 days, 30 videos, 1 minute each. It actually, just boosted our presence on LinkedIn. These two recordings I submitted in September 3rd, 2022, Lakshan's birthday. It's a milestone day for us. One of them passed, one of them failed. So I said, okay, now I have a reference, one pass, one fail, and continued to coach Anita, and then submitted the recording. May first week, I got that thing and I got my MCC. At the same time, we kept on posting on LinkedIn, and a lot of people reached out to us. So Ganesh reached out, and we had a conversation, got into a Zoom call. Shamik on the screen reached out. So many people who are part of the coaches community, that's how they came into our life. So yeah, Lakshan, maybe you want to play the video. So there was this person by the name Ehsan Ali from I don't know which part of Australia. He reached out to me on
Sydney,
LinkedIn.
Australia.
Yeah, he said, hey, you guys are doing a wonderful job. Maybe we should collaborate and do something. So both of us together, we started a community for LinkedIn where we were helping people to create a presence on LinkedIn. That we grew it to about 50, 60 people. And then I left it because I was not able to align with the ethos of the group. I had certain things in mind and that was not happening. So I just left. So that learning, what I learned from that is what I got to the coaches circle. And I'll talk about that in a little while. Lakshan, please bring up the videos.
So I'm just going to play. So what we'll do is we'll do it in order of the way we listed it on the sheet. We'll start with Suchi's video.
Yeah.
Hello, sir. Can you believe it's been more than 15 years we've known each other? You hired me at Microsoft back in 2008, and honestly, my life has changed for good ever since then. Thank you for always inspiring me, for motivating me. You're my ultimate go-to coach. Thank you for staying in touch with me, although I don't do a good job of staying in touch with you. As you embark on this new journey, I wish you the best of luck. I'm sure you're gonna rock it. I'm so grateful to have you in my life. Thank you.
So this was Suchi. Do you want to share a little bit about how Suchi kind of supported us at the very, very beginning?
Yeah. Suchi kind of said, I want to sign up for this. I'm just going to pay you the money. And actually, she didn't join the first cohort. She was busy with something else. So she joined the second cohort. And she knows that I was in fitness. And I think my first 3 watches, fitness watches, the TomTom and the Garmin's were gifted. And yeah, so he's wearing a Garmin, which was
Second-hand gift, by the way. Second-hand gift. Okay, this is shameful, I think, but okay.
She gifted to me and I gifted to him. And there was a time that we were really in bad shape, and she sent the money. Says, I'm going to engage with you one-on-one, but she never did it. Yeah, that's the kind of person Suchi is.
Next, I'm going to share Soundari's video.
Yeah, Soundarya.
Dear Shriks and Lakshan, congratulations on the launch of your new brand identity. Shriks, we connected at a time when the world was at an all-time low and when connecting meant being on a Zoom call. You were intrigued by the signature on my email which said business storytelling coach, and then we connected over many Zoom calls, discussed our work, ideated, spoke about our families, and bonded over Ayo Shraddha and Ritu Rocks. Really touched that you took the initiative to move the online connection to an in-person one, and when we met, it didn't feel like it was for the first time. I've seen you intentionally grow your business by keeping your client at the center of everything that you do. May this new brand identity help you anchor your mission and leave impactful footprints on the sands of time. All the very best.
Can bring in John Sarava, Lakshan. And then Anita.
Hi, Srikanth and Lakshan. Firstly, I want to say a big congratulations to the both of you for now pivoting and creating a brand new identity and brand. And I want to say a few words as I think about your journey. Firstly, for building this amazing community of coaches that you have mentored, coached, and supported. The second that I wanted to take a moment to acknowledge you is the courage that you had to start a portfolio route to credentialing for ACC, PCC, and MCCs. That's pretty amazing. I don't think many people have tried that, but you have had the courage to do that. And thirdly, creating this platform for coaches to thrive, to survive, thrive, and grow. And you have your son Lakshan in this venture, young as he is. I can see the growth and maturity in him. So kudos to the two of you for creating this amazing new identity, and for you, Srikanth, for leaving a legacy for Lakshan to take on and carry it in the years to come. So congratulations and all the very best.
Hi, so I'm Anita Raman. I have known Srikanth as a friend for about 8 years, and he's coached me for about 5 years. And during these 5 years which he has coached me, I've also seen him try to get other coaches to get their certification or clear the exams. And every time somebody clears their certification, we would celebrate. I've actually got a lot of free coffees out of that deal. So it's very happy to see. I'm very happy to see him take that up as a business and do that as a full-fledged thing. And I'm sure that he'll do it extremely well. All the best to you, Srikanth, and his team.
So as I mentioned to you, so we met Ganesh, and I was supporting another organization, which was a budding organization, on coaching observations and all of that. And a lot of people reached out to me outside that and spoke about their concerns, and we decided to start a WhatsApp group with some 30 coaches, and that is how we started this coaches circle on the 1st of December 2022. Before that, there was somebody else who had contacted me on LinkedIn sometime in July. I asked the person to come on a Zoom call. This person did not show up for about 5 months, or maybe 5 months. And then later, just soon after my birthday on 2022, this person decides to come on a Zoom call. And we spoke, and then we met. And then later, this person was talking bad about ICF. ICF is putting me in a box. I don't like this, all of that. I said, hey, send your recording. I'll have a look at it and see what is that you're complaining about the ICF. And I saw the recording. It was a brilliant conversation. It's just that he didn't have an agreement and the actions. I said, no, you're good. If you're open to work with me, let's work together. And then we will put the application, see what happens. So person worked with me for ACC. I did the mentoring. And then person got the ACC in 2023, May. In the meantime, introduced one of her mentees, saying that the person wants to go through the ACC curriculum. I said, I don't do coaching education. I'm open to do mentoring. So that person, JC on the screen, who I know for the last almost close to 20 years, took a risk working with me. And one more person, Purnlata, all these three people together, we started a small cohort, mentor coaching for ACC portfolio. So this person got the ACC credential in May, came back and told me, now I want to do PCC. I said, I don't do coaching education. I don't care what you do. Here is the money. Do whatever you can. So I put this person through portfolio path. PCC credentials happened in December 2023. Now the person is ready, saying that I want to do MCC. In the meantime, kept pushing me, put a gun on my head and said, you have to start this coaching education. You can't shy away from it. You have to do it. I said, okay. I was scared that I'll get shot. So level 1, September 2023, we put a code together. JC was part of it. And we put about 5-6 people together. Krishna was part of it. And we got all of them and got the cohort started. And because this gun was on my head for taking this person to the MCC portfolio path, I put a cohort for MCC in January 2024. Before that, when we started the coaches circle in 2021 December, I got my friend, four-time Olympian, I know him for the last 15 years, to come and do the inauguration. So let's hear from both of them. Lakshan, name will be revealed when the video is on.
Oh, but one more important thing happened in 2022, which is that
We got
again,
thrown
3rd
out of the house.
September. 3rd September is, as you said, a landmark day for us, right? It's like every year there's something that happens on 3rd September. What happened in 2022 was I came back from the gym in the morning, and Dad came back from his run in the morning. He just happened to come back home, and my mom was like, uh, with something she had in her hand, like some spoon or something, I don't know, spatula, something like this. She was, arms crossed like this, and she's like, okay, when are you guys leaving my house? I'm like, what do you mean we're leaving your house? What are you talking about? She's like, no, no, no. You said that after 2 years of you being in business, you'll find a office space and move out. Get out, because you're turning my house into an office. I can't do anything in my own house. You guys will record at absurd times, and I can't watch my TV or have calls with people or anything. You guys are making my life hell. Just get out, basically. Um, I'm saying it very nicely. That's not how it actually happened. It was a little more brutal. Okay, so we're like, no, 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 we'll go. The beginning of Jan 2023, we'll go. No, no, get out now. Within the end of this month, I want you guys out. Okay, so we started looking for, we thought, let's get a space outside, close by to our apartment, and like a residential space itself, and just do work from home or that type of thing. We found a place. They said yes first, and then they said no after that, and all that stuff. So we were about I think 20 days had gone by, and we hadn't really made too much progress. We came back home and told Amma, this is not happening. We'll move next month. Next month, nothing doing. She took the initiative. She found some place within our apartment itself, and October 1st, we were signing the deed. We were here, like empty house. Nothing was set up, but we were outside the house. She was super happy. Like, she's happy even now about it. And when we left, when we found this place, it was about, I think about 25, 30, some 50% of our budget, I think, something like that, some
Yeah.
absurd number.
50%
And
budget.
I really liked the space. It was like open and all. I really liked it. And he said, okay, cool, we'll go ahead with it. Again, no money. This no money theme has been a bit of a constant for the first 3 years. First 3 years of business. But yeah, like we swiped the card. Um, Fortunately, one thing he believes in, which I believe in now, but I did not back then, which is that when you set an intention and take action, the universe will do its part, as long as you surrender to the universe. I'm like, oh, surrender to the universe, all nonsense. But it worked, so I can't even dispute that. No, if it didn't work, I can say something, but it worked. So I'm like, hey, damn, okay, fair enough. So since then, I also started believing in the universe. So that happened, and I'll play the videos of these two people. The first one,
Yeah, one more person I forgot to mention. Maybe you want to play that video. In the level 1 cohort, when I put together is when I met Krishna Prakash, the founder of Srimad Yoga. And yeah, so getting to know Krishna has made a difference to the way that we are running the business, because he also introduced us to his spiritual teacher, which really made a difference in the way that we started growing our business. So, Lakshan, we can hear from the person, and then
the
Ruben,
person, and then the other person also.
Correct.
Yeah. Right. So the first person who put the gun to our head and got us into coaching education.
Trouble.
Hi, Deepa. I practice as a leadership coach and a facilitator, and I got in touch with Shri about 2.5 years ago, and I have traveled with him through my ACC, PCC, and my MCC journey. I was one of the first after him to begin the portfolio mentoring process, and I'm very happy the way it has gone by. And today, where we stand, he's revealing his new identity of guiding light. I remain a well-wisher of guiding light and everything that he and Lakshan offers along with his team, because I believe that there is authenticity, truth, and depth. I have grown, I have learned, unlearned, and grown in the process. And I wish this for everybody that guiding light touches. May you touch many more lives, Shri and Lakshan. All the best.
Hey guys, this is four-time Olympian Ruben Gonzalez, and he connected with me, Srikanth, back in 2010. I had just looked it up. I couldn't believe it was so long ago, and we've we've become friends. We actually call each other my brother from another mother. And he's opened up a whole new world because I have all these friends in India now, and it's been great. He's super guy, so glad to be connected with him, so wise, and I'm always learning from him. So, Srikanth, thank you, man, and a big hug from Colorado. Make it Olympic Day.
Namaste. Aristotle once said, knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. And our knowing starts in each and every classroom, right from kindergarten till day. Now life also teaches us. One such wonderful classroom I got is to study under Coach Srikanthan and Lakshan. So these classroom memories will stay with me forever. And why these memories will stay with me forever, not only me, but whoever studied under Coach Srikanthan and Lakshan, because they allowed us to be the flower what we were designed by the cosmos to be. There was no cloning in the entire process. And we were taught coaching not theoretically, but by practice, and practice. So I am wishing Coach and Lakshan the very best in taking the Guiding Light Collective to a larger audience, and wish one day it becomes the University of Coaching.
Yeah, since we are running out of time, I'm just very quickly going to cover what happened in 2024. We started the MCC cohort with 4 ladies, Deepa Mahesh, Maruk, Sudha, and Goldie. They just completely trusted me. Maruk has already got her MCC credentials. Sudha and Deepa put their application, waiting for their results. Goldie will put her application sometime next year. I became the LinkedIn top voice. I have no idea how. It just happened, I guess. Then Ashwini and Krishnan joined our second cohort in April, once we got the accreditation from ICF, and they have started playing a role. So Ashwini has become part of our team for their level 1 cohort. Krishnan is working with Madhu. We already launched a program of Coach Pranav, and there are a couple more programs that you will get to know in the next couple of months. Then we started this Deepen Your Coaching retreat. The request came because Shweta Mani said, I undergone training, but I don't know what coaching process is. Do something for me. Before that, the exam prep cohort, we started in August 2023. Poonam Moja came with a few people and said, I need to prepare for the exam. Please help me. Then Sri Devi Raghavan, she said, hey, I did a paid masterclass on competency 3. So I really loved it. If you are up for it, I'm willing to go through a 8-week program with you for all the competencies, same price point. I said, I will do a residential retreat. Please come and join. Because of her, we put the coaching competencies immersive. She joined. And then in the process, Rachel joined the same thing. We met Madhu last year, June, the only ICF webinar that I have ever done in my entire coaching life. Call it divine intervention. She became part of our team. And the way that Deepa put a gun on her head and said, you need to do coaching education, she said, you can't play small, you have to play big, you have to create an identity for yourself. And she gave a lot of lectures. I went back to Ganesh and said, hey, Ganesh, I'm getting too much of pressure. Come work with us. Help us do this brand identity. He came on board. And then we were doing some workshops, business building workshops. Pune was a hit, Mumbai was a total flop, and Bangalore was okay. And then we launched the team coaching essentials for the ACTC credential. Rachel got mentored under me as an MCC. She's an MCC now. She anchored it for us. Later, Kavita was the only person who's got a PCC credential, pure portfolio path, no prior ICF education, completely trusted on me. Reached out to me last year, May. This year, April, in 11 months, she got to a PCC credential. And she's going to do a program for us, career transition coaching. So that is where we are. We are here. We are now 4 MCCs done already this year. 30 more are getting mentored. We are expecting at least another 6. By end of this year, when we close, we should have in total minimum 10 MCCs under guiding light. That's all I want to say. Again, somebody didn't put a gun, but almost put a gun to start the level 2 bridge. We're launching next July. With that, I want to hand it over to Madhu with a note saying that we still don't have a website for the company after 5 years. And Madhu has put a gun on my head to do the website. And she found somebody and she's project managing the website. Before we complete 5 years, which is 3rd September, we will launch our website. That's the promise. Madhu, back to you. Before you want to play the videos, anything left? Yeah, Lakshan, play the videos. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll play the videos, yes.
Hi everybody, this is Ashwini. I met Shri with a lot of intuitive trust by chance, and I signed up for the level 1 program. It's been a little over the year, and through this journey, I've seen Shri, Lakshan, and the entire Guiding Light team bringing in a lot of quality, depth, trust, authenticity, compassion, and connection. And I really mean each and every word that I say, and a lot of mastery that they bring in. There are many great coaches out there in the world, but how many of these great coaches can make great coaches of others? That's the difference I see with Guiding Light. With a lot of intent, absolutely no compromise in the quality of education and support that's extended. I really wish them growth in leaps and bounds, in offering this mastery to the world and bringing in a lot more transformation around.
June 27th, the Guiding Light is going to come out with a new avatar. A new avatar doesn't mean that how they have been doing things is going to change. They have made a huge difference to so many people. They're going to continue doing that in a much better way. I wish them the very, very best to Sri, Lakshan, and the whole team at Guiding Light. Have a fabulous new way of doing things, and my hats off to you guys. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Sri Devi. I met Sri 2 years back when both he and I were in a space where we were trying to pursue our business of coaching, if I can call it that. And what was remarkable and really striking about Sri even then was the ease with which he would teach us coaches. And I know that this nudge and the seed that we had sown in him has today evolved into a very beautiful business arm that the Guiding Light is doing. Today is a momentous occasion where you're going to reveal your new brand identity. I am excited because for me, it's been part of your journey. It's a personal achievement for all of us who have been associated with you. All the best to you.
Hi, this is Rachel, and I have been associated with Srikanth for a few years now. Earlier, I just knew him as an acquaintance as part of the ICF Bangalore chapter. But I really got to know him about a year and a half back when I partnered with him in my MCC journey, and he became my mentor. And I think I've been known to say this a few times before, but I don't mind saying this again, that I've worked with a lot of mentors over my many years of being a coach, but Srikanth is different. Because he's one of the rare people that I have found who are so committed to quality, ethics, and values. And that's what makes him one of the best mentors that I've worked with. We've also partnered, over the last 6-8 months on launching our Team Coaching Essentials program together under the Guiding Light uh, banner. And that's been another opportunity for us to partner together. I have to say, it's always a pleasure to work with him, and I always wish him and Guiding Light the best, always.
Hi, I'm Kavita Neelakantan, and I am privileged to have been touched by the Guiding Light Collective since the last year. I think the Guiding Light Collective is a beautifully chosen name, and with every single word is so true in the way that Srikanth, Lakshan, and everybody else in Guiding Light Collective shows up. So the first word, guiding, that's what I've really experienced in all my interactions with Srikanth and everybody at Guiding Light Collective. What really struck me was the generosity of guidance. So there are people who can guide. There are so many coaches, mentors who guide, but the generosity with which Srikanth guides, that is, it's at a different kind of, it touches you as a human. That's what really I find different about Srikanth. The second word, I think, the light. The other thing I found about all of them is the lightness with which they carry themselves. So there is profound depth in the work that Srikanth and Lakshan are doing. And yet there is that sense of lightness, humor, fun, the way that Srikanth will say in every meeting, "How are you?" Fantastic. There's a sense of lightness which I am left with every time I speak and meet all of them. And collective, the most beautiful part of this is the way that the community has grown. And it's not just about a relationship with only Srikanth and Lakshan, but so many enriching relationships that have been facilitated by the Guiding Light Collective. So I really wish that Guiding Light Collective goes to even greater heights in the future, touches many, many more lives, and brings the light, brings the spark to wherever it is needed the most.
So back to you, Madhu.
Yes. Okay, so now that we've heard the vision and the story, let's step into the soul of the brand that guides what it stands for and what it invites.
Are you sharing the screen? Yes.
Please.
Please. Great. Thanks, Sri. Thanks, Madhu. Folks, over the next 5 to 10 minutes, I'm going to take you or walk you through the thinking behind this new identity, because we thought that's important, right? That's an important part of, there is a reason, there is a story, there is some thinking, there is a why and a what behind this logo that you've seen. So the logo is the visual repetition of a certain line of thought, and I'm just quickly going to walk you through that line of thought. But before that, backstory, important and interesting. She mentioned that, we met over LinkedIn, interacted first over LinkedIn in 2022. After that, we quickly, I think a couple of months later, we met at a tea shop, tea cafe or whatever,
Chai
next
Point.
to, Chai Point, was it? Correct. Yeah, next to the Brigade Road, the MG Road metro station here in Bangalore. We both live in Bangalore. And I could, and Lakshan was there too. This must have been, I subsequently came to know when Lakshan was in his own words, drifting phase, but I call it the discovery phase, exploratory phase, because for him, he was meeting a lot of people and, benefiting from that diverse exposure. But from then on and over the next few interactions again over LinkedIn, what I sensed is there is purity of purpose in these guys. There is purity of intent, right? That is something that you can make out or pick up, especially if you've had a certain number of years of experience under your belt, which I did. So I'm saying that you can sense the vibe, and this is what I got from them. Then cut to 2024, late 2024, when, like Sri mentioned, he reached out to me saying, listen, there is someone here who's put a gun to my head and says, look, we need to get more professional, grow, think big, enough of this dawdling within quotes. Enough. There is potential, and we need to mine that potential. So that person holding the gun, and you would have heard gun in connection with the name of that person repeatedly, in the course of the last 20 minutes or so from Sri and Lakshan. That's Madhu. So they came to me and then we met again online, right? And then they told me, look, this is the scenario, this is where we are, and what do we do next? So we think we need an identity and some sort of a pathway in which to progress from now on. That's where I got involved, and they threw open the doors of this entire thinking, the entire business, the work they've done so far. They candidly shared their path, their journey, whatever they've shared with you now, with me also. And in the course of creating this identity for Guiding Light, I also spoke to a dozen coaches, people who are part of Coaches Circle, people who've been mentored by Sri. Krishnan is here, Ravi Kuke is here, Goldie, Deepa Mahesh is here. So, they are some of them, and there were others too. And a lot of online reading, all of that went into this, and a lot of heartfelt conversations with Madhu, Lakshan, and Sri. So the thing is, what is a brand? The way I look at how I've learned, evolved, applied my own approaches. The way I look at a brand is this. We talk of baselines, we talk of brand names, we talk of logos. But to me, a brand is primarily a soul. Just like, we are all, as human beings, we all have a soul. I believe so does a brand, or so should a brand have. And this quest of, uncovering or, helping Guiding Light through this transitory phase has involved identifying that soul, articulating that soul, and saying what is it that lies at the core of this entity called Guiding Light. So the offerings, the programs, the logo, tomorrow the website, etc., are all, please remember, renditions of that. Okay. So I'm going to walk you through certain aspects of this brand. The other thing you must all remember or note is brand's identity is like a snapshot. I like to liken it to a photograph. Now, for a photograph to come out brilliantly, certain things have to be in place. Some 8 or 10 different elements, right? Exposure, setting, composition, speed of the aperture, all of that. Similarly, for a brand's identity to be, comprehensive, to be deep, you need to articulate certain elements. These elements come together to say, this is the brand. This is brand Guiding Light. So one, can you scroll down, please? Next slide. So one of those, I'm not going to walk you through the entire detailed document, but just the essentials of it, the more important elements, is the root strengths. A set of strengths that are embedded, which is why the word root, embedded, which are part of the legacy. They have been part of the journey of this team called Guiding Light, which is Sri and Lakshan as founders and Madhu as a core member of the team. So from all my interactions with, the coaches that I mentioned earlier, and remember that I've also done a lot of online research, spoken to people who are otherwise coaches, right, outside the Guiding Light fraternity or world. So I've done a lot of comparison, I've done a lot of looking in, I've done a lot of gazing, and then I find that rigor, the experiential knowledge of coaching, deep experiential knowledge of coaching, the intent to serve a fraternity of coaches, their code of ethics, the getting imbued in all things ICF. Again, in a very experiential way. What is ICF, knowing it inside out. And finally, not being dogmatic. Now, this is a profession in which, people can easily be dogmatic. And you all may know this already from, experience with other coaches, institutes, generally various approaches, right? It's easy to get dogmatic. But I find that Sri and Lakshan are not dogmatic. So there is an openness to say, hey, I'm here to take you from point A to point B, but there is no rigid rule. I won't insist that you must do it only my way or this way. So fine, I have a certain way, you have a certain way. Let's work together, or I can mentor you, I can coach you, I can train you through a certain level, for ACC or PCC or whatever. But then as a coach, it's up to you to apply your own method. That's fine. So I thought that was very, very interesting and important. So this set is one core element of this brand called Guiding Light, which is a set of root strengths. Next slide, please. The promise. At its core, like I said, a brand has a soul. Articulating that soul means also articulating a promise to the world. And each one of you in your coaching journeys as professionals, as people who are entrepreneurs, would have had some sort of engagement, some sort of thinking with this whole thing. What am I promising to this world? This promise is directly related to why someone should come to you tomorrow, why someone should engage with you, why someone should stay with you over a period of time. Yeah, it's not just transactional. So the promise, Guiding Light promise is this. The way we've articulated it after discussions is, we will help you understand correctly what coaching is and what it takes to be a great coach in the deepest sense of the word. Now, please note, there is a reason why we've put this as the topmost point. There is no sense of business here. We aren't talking business yet. There is, I found, the intent to serve that I mentioned earlier. Yeah, that's deep, and this is coming from there. So can I spread the word about coaching? Can I evangelize coaching? Can I continue to do that for more and more people, more and more effectively? Because there is something called a driving belief, right? We're all, this team, the Guiding Light team, is powered by a certain belief, which I will touch upon later. But coming from there, the topmost priority I found is in evangelizing the power, the potential, the beauty of coaching, which is why that gets a top billing there. Then the other promises are, we help you get credentialed by ICF, or if you already hold a credential, then, and if you need help in renewing that, we will give you that, and understanding how to build a robust coaching business. That's it. This is the clear and sharp promise, right? There aren't 10 elements or 10 fields we are in. No, this is about sharpness. This is about depth. This is about focus. Next slide, please. Yeah, the insight that this operates on, or where this thinking comes from, and the sharpness that I mentioned comes from, is that in a business like ours, it is, in a profession like ours, it is better to be an inch wide and a mile deep. Depth is far, far more important than width. So you don't want, to spread yourself thin, to get into this, that, and the other, and in the process lose impact, get diluted. What we'd rather do is that we go deep, focus on one or two things, and deliver that splendidly month after month, year after year, for person after person. Next slide, please. Values. I have always held, and I've seen a lot of dissonance in brands where this doesn't work, which is where my own belief in the importance of values got reinforced, got strengthened in my own professional learning journey. Look, a brand is not just about business, okay? The way I see it, brand is about purpose and profit. Where purpose meets profit is when you have a long-standing brand, a strong brand, a beautiful brand, a brand with a soul. And for that, articulating your values is important. Aligning whatever you do and say as part of your brand's narrative, aligning that to your core values is critical. So Guiding Light's core values, as we've identified and articulated, are these. I will not speak about these. They're self-evident. I'm just going to let you take them in for about 30 seconds or so. Respect, authenticity, relationships, integrity, excellence, and empathy. So as I'm reading this, I think each one of you must be playing back your experiences with Sri, with Lakshan, with Madhu, and your retreats and the programs you've attended with Guiding Light. You must be playing them back, I'm sure. And I hope you find very, very strong resonance. I'm confident you will, between what's on this slide and your experience with Guiding Light. Next slide, please. Yeah, I mentioned this earlier. This is hardwired into this team. In my experience of working with people and organizations from various professions, businesses, domains, I find this unusual that a team has a strong sense of such a strong sense of it was beautiful. It was beautiful. It was liberating. It made things easier for me, right? As a brand consultant coming in. Coaching is a noble profession. Now, what is the driving belief? You see, the driving belief is, am I audible? I'm audible, right? Okay, I somehow see a whatever line on the mic icon on my thing. No problem. So the driving belief is like a vehicle's seventh gear. Our cars have 5 gears, right? But this is the seventh gear. In other words, it helps you achieve escape velocity. It helps you achieve depth. It helps you achieve or get standing power. It helps you get impact. It is that factor which drives you out of bed day after day after day, eager to make a difference that day. It is that. So for Guiding Light, the powering belief, the belief that powers their work is this. Coaching is a noble profession. Great coaching helps people go from where they are today to where they want to be. Therefore, it helps them be happier. And in doing so, what does it do? It makes the world a better place. So this, folks, is the crux of everything here. Whatever programs you see, the website you see, the retreats that are being held, the people, some of them spoke about the generosity of spirit. Some of them spoke, which means, the hours and hours for which Sri interacts with people, mentors them, coaches them. And this is outside the framework of business. Huh? These are unpaid hours. Please understand. All that comes from here. We thought it is important to codify this so that as the team grows, more and more people come and join, right? It's important to have a shared belief, shared understanding. Yes, next slide, please. What sets Guiding Light apart? Again, we have to be clear and sharp about this, and it is this set of factors that are the key, the main differentiators. The benefits of the portfolio path. So the focus on that, the conversations, the engagements, the mentoring of people through the portfolio path, helping them get their credentials. Personalized interest and attention on every trainee. And see, I've been interacting with, even before working with Guiding Light, I've been interacting with coaches, coaching institutes, coaching organizations. I've generally been on the fringes of the coaching work, right? So I don't see this level of personalized interest and attention. I don't find this. It's important to, I think, honor that. Expertise in the ICF way, which we've spoken about earlier. The ethical and principled approach. We've spoken about this, at length. I've spoken about this with Madhu, Lakshan, and Sri, and we've had a laugh about this. We've cried about this. Sri has cried enough, and you all know that. It's that it is a noble profession, but certain entities and people, wittingly or unwittingly, have given it a wrong interpretation, have given it a dubious image, right? None of us can shy away from that. We have to place it on the table and say, yes, that exists. It is, so there are scammy operators, there are shady actors, all that is there. False claims, tall promises, misleading approaches. In that context, it becomes all the more important that Guiding Light takes this principled ethical stand and says, hey, I'm not here to make a fast buck. I'm not here to look at, the number of people who pass through my programs alone. That's important in one sense. But what is more important is I make a difference to you, and I make a difference to you the right way. If I'm here to help you become a great coach, I'd love to do that in an ethical way. And finally, a solid foundation in coaching. That's what this team delivers, this brand delivers. to every person who passes through its portals, every person who passes through its programs. A solid foundation in coaching. That will lead to gains for you. That will lead to business gains, emotional gains, fulfillment, etc. But that foundation is critical. Next slide, please. And finally, wrapping it up, or this emoji, this icon is so brilliant. Just holding whatever we've spoken about. Guiding light is about coaching at its finest. So whatever it does, no matter which year we are in, no matter which program we're talking about or what it launches, the running thread you will find has always been, is, and will always be that we espouse, profess, stand for coaching at its finest. Next slide.
You're done, I think. Yeah,
just that. So it all comes together visually. Guiding light, we have this lantern as a visual symbol, and coaching at its finest. Thank you for listening to me, and I hope you got a very good sense of the thinking, and that adds meaning to Guiding Light's work. Over to you, Madhu. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ganesh, for such a lovely and evocative definition of what we've built and who we're becoming. Thank you for that. And now I'd like to invite all our community to step forward and share your reflections, your memories, and what Guiding Light means to all of you.
Any questions also you can ask. Okay, we'll answer.
Not a question, but very inspiring. I'm so happy to be a part of this. And to me, Guiding Light is like shining a light into parts of your soul you haven't seen. Thank you for what you create.
Thank you, JC. Yes, Shalaja. You're on mute.
So for me, I'm just going to say one thing, and that is Guiding Light Collective for me is trust and belief. That's it, nothing more. I mean, when you have that, things fall in place.
Thank you. Yes, Sabah.
For me, I always feel like I am the outsider, the international person who looks from the outside. Never been that person at all. I was always felt like I am with the family from the beginning, before meet the team, just with the coach himself. I attended his the previous cohort before even enrolling. I was feeling always like part of that cohort, as like I deserve to sit there and contribute and share, and never felt a stranger. I went to India. I felt like I'm meeting my family for the first time. I always welcomed, always respected, always been taken good care of. I remember the coach, he changed the location when it was not possible for me to attend the first location. It was already like, he agreed to some place and I was coming, then some problem was there and he said, no, I'm gonna change the location so you can come. So I felt honored before even meet him in person. And I just want to say, I feel always that I am part of it, part of the team, even if I was just a student and I finished. So thank you very much for the nice feeling, for being very inclusive, for respecting, for the guides, for the support. I have a lot of respect for you guys.
Thank you, Sabah. Yes, Shraddha.
Thanks, Madhu. First of all, I would like to congratulate Srikanth ji and all of you on this new branding and logo journey, and I wish you all the best. Today is a very auspicious day of Rath Yatra, and I wish all the blessings come your way. And I would also like to share my experience when I came to Shrikantji's cohort. I think I had already completed my coach training, but I was clueless as to how to proceed from here. And after joining Shrikantji's cohort, the kind of support and guidance I think every one of us received, and I would say the authenticity and the genuineness of his intentions to support us all in our journey, that was marvelous. And I would say hats off to him for bringing together so many coaches, and definitely, as everyone shared, that we have made so many friends under his guidance and through his support is simply amazing. And I look forward to this association for a long, long time. Thank you.
Thank you, Shraddha. Rahul.
Thank you. Thanks, Madhu. So good evening, everyone. Uh, just a quick one. So I'm not surprised at all with the values as they've come out. Each one of them echoes with me completely in and out, and also through the interactions that I've had with Sri, Lakshan, Madhu, and I think they have kind of cascaded across this entire community. We are together because we, all of us, resonate with those values, and they show up in the behavior, the interactions that we have all across. Congratulations, Shri, Lakshan, Madhu, and to all of us. May the guiding light shine brighter, as I put in the message in the chat. So may it shine brighter and brighter with every passing day. Thank you and best wishes.
Thank you, Rahul. Sarabjot?
Yeah, hi Madhu. I'm sorry I can't come on video.
No worries.
I think for me, I would just like to say that guiding light is a place where I'm rediscovering myself, and I came to meet. I mean, I got in touch with Coach Srikanth at a time when I was like clueless of where I'm headed, despite having a credential. It's just like every day, the mist is lifting and the path is becoming clearer. So thank you.
Beautiful, Sarabjot. Thank you. Okay, who else is going next? Yes, Smita?
So yeah, I met Srikanth and Coach and Lakshman at a crossroads where I like 4 months back, and what I can say that their journey has been inspiring, and I look forward to get coach from Srikanth sir in PCC pathway. But what I can say is he's the light. He showed me the light on the way without walking it for me basically. So I am walking my journey, but the light which he's shown has been very, very inspiring for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Smita. Thank you, Deepa. I'm going to read what people have shared in the comments. Sarika says, congratulations and all the best to the most powerful team I know in coaching.
Madhu, Srinivas
Yes.
has raised his hand. Let's
Yes,
hear him
yes,
out.
Srinivas.
Yeah. Yeah, hi. First of all, thank you very much for inviting me to this launch. It's been a very inspiring story, what I heard, and all I can say is, like there are a lot of things that I can also, relate to what was being told. And the first time when I experienced coaching in my career during my work, I had a calling for the coaching right away. I mean, like what Srikanth said. And what I realized is there's a second time when I had a much deeper connect was when I met Srikanth actually and witnessed the coaching session. So it took me to a totally different level. And before meeting Srikanth, I was actually asking myself whether should I go for a certification of ACC. But after that one meeting, for me, like not only ACC, now I'm enrolled for the PCC and I'm looking much beyond. So thank you for being a role model, and I really look forward to being a part of this group and continue to work. Thanks.
Thank you, Srinivasan. Okay, Karan says, inspirational story, Sri and Lakshan, more power to you and everything you do. You've created beautiful, trusting, and very nurturing spaces for all of us. Heartfelt gratitude. Look forward to an engaging relationship ahead. Yes, Nitya.
Congratulations to the entire team. It takes me back to my first meeting with Coach when I met him.
And my first reaction was like, can somebody be so authentic? When I read about his stories on LinkedIn, his posts, and I think I'm so blessed. I did not know C of coaching. And somebody introduced me and said, meet Coach Srikanth and C. I said, okay. And I think, just as Sarojot said, I am rediscovering myself, my strengths, and what I can contribute to society. I'm so blessed. The team is so helpful, all of y'all. I'm just growing and growing. They say, right when the student is ready, the guru appears. That's what has happened to me. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you, Nitya. Hey, we have Ginny. Guiding light has helped me to believe in my strength. Okay. All right. Ruchika, congratulations to all of us. So inspiring and heartwarming. Thank you, Ruchika. Okay. So we have a closing ritual.
Madhu, before you close, if I may
Abhi is laughing.
Oh,
Do you want to
raise your
know
hand.
the
I'm
reason
so
for the
sorry.
laughter? And Shamik wants to share something. Yeah.
Of course, of course.
All right. First up, Srikanth, Lakshan, and Madhu, congratulations. It's a wonderful thing. I know Srikanth and Lakshan more as a friend than as a coach. I mean, we met about 3 years ago, and we've shared several lunches and a couple of dinners, and we watched the World Cup finals, football finals together at my place. So based on that, I think my interactions with both Lakshan and Srikanth are the wonderful human beings. And I wish you guys the very best, in this journey. And I'm sure you really, hit all the high notes. Congratulations.
Thank you, Shamik. Yes, Abhiramu.
What I can say, this is our victory. It seems so happy today this new entering. And what I can say is only thank you, sir, because this 3 months, there is so much going in my life. But after coming to Guiding Light, it is real guiding light to me. And Lakshan was my first mentor. Even after 20 years, I'll tell that Lakshan is my first mentor. And the days were really very good. And he molded me into what is coaching actually. And Srikanth sir, he is father figure for me, a role model. And today his story is so inspiring. And my problem is nothing in front of his struggles, what he has faced. A true inspiring story today I have heard. And I love to be part of Guiding Light till my last breath. That's all I can say. And thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Lakshan, thank you. My guru, thank you.
Thank you, Abhiramu.
Madhu, thank you for you also. You have been part of learning. We have been part of learning, right? You're teaching me. Thank you for that, Madhu. And congratulations to all the whole team.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, JC saying, I thought father figure was an inside joke at Microsoft. Glad it stuck. Awesome. Okay. So shall we move into, it's 8:04, top of the hour. We have a beautiful closing ritual coming up. Since all of you mentioned light, we thought we'd use that. So let's circle ourselves in shared light. And the easiest way we thought we could do that is to use our mobile phones, switch on our lights.
Okay,
And,
but I have a candle too. Can I use that? Can I light a
yes,
candle?
absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, the torch on your phone, and
yes,
yeah, we'll all get a lovely picture.
Who is taking the picture though? Somebody had to take the picture.
I'm gonna try.
Oh gosh.
Okay, let me see. No, I can't reach.
Ashwini, please see whether you can take a picture from your laptop.
I'll take a screenshot.
Yeah.
one sec. Yes.
Shamik, your phone?
Wait, let me.
Yeah, okay. No, take your time.
No, I've got the
We'll do,
candle,
Shamik.
but that's not visible. Why?
I think the light isn't coming on. There's a bit of a problem.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Okay.
Yeah, the same here.
All right, no worries.
Who is taking the picture?
I have no idea.
Sabha's
Sabha,
taking
you
it.
taking?
Someone please do.
Thank you.
I took thousands of pictures, enough.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so
Sabha.
much.
Thank you, Sabha.
Thank you.
Yeah. So that brings us to the end of a beautiful evening. I'd like to thank all of you for spending this time with us and coming forward to step into this shared light. We'll continue to push boundaries and we'll live our values day in and day out. And that's our promise. And we look forward to becoming one of the dominant forces in the coaching industry. It certainly is a sunrise industry, and we're here to play it big because we're honest. There is integrity, which is uncompromised, and we love our community. So with connection and community, all of this is possible. So thank you all very much.
And we are here to go the distance. We are patient.
Yes, and we'll have another party when the website gets ready, which is on the 3rd of September. So
someone has held a gun, no? See again, someone has held a gun to your head on this project also, right? Some 30-day affair, something like that.
Guns are coming left, right, center. I don't know what other weapons are coming our way. It's like,
Ganesh,
honest to
28
God.
days.
Now the only 28 days, correct. Madhu knows how to get the work done, man. That's the point.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for being here.
thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, good night.
Good night.
See
Thank
you,
you.
see you everyone. Bye.